Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Marcus Castille. I am the Wealth Illuminator. I bring out the wealth in you. You can always contact me through our website, momentum-financial.com. I'm Money for Marcus on all social media sites. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. When I started to have this vision for these seminars, the Lord dropped three words in my heart. Number one, hope. I saw three people. Number one, they needed hope. These people needed hope because their finances were struggling. You know, when you wreck a car, what happens if you wreck your car? You don't wash that car again until what? You get it fixed. Well, most people, or some people's finances, I saw some people's finances that were just wrecked. They didn't want to do anything else with their money. Well, I want to bring hope to you. I want to give you plans. Number two, a lot of people need healing. Well, as a financial advisor and a representative, I've listened to so many conversations of people, young women, older women. I've gone into classrooms and as soon as the door was shut, man, my husband took all the money. People needed healing. And finally, they needed help. I'm not going to give a whole lot of I'm not going to give you step by step on what to do in this presentation, but maybe you just need a strategy. Maybe you just need a little push on what to do next with your money, because a lot of people don't know what to do with their money, and I'm here to help you. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. About 2009, I was experiencing a lot of sharp pain in my stomach. I didn't know where it was coming from. I was being getting out of the bed late at night. And what happened was, I didn't know what was going on with me. So I go to my primary care physician. He says, the tests come back normal. Nothing really is going on with you. He prescribes to me some antacids, and he sends me on my way. We go back and forth for 3 solid years, okay? By the second or third year, it got to a point where I couldn't drink water without my stomach being irritated. It got to a point where I just couldn't go to restaurants anymore. I hated eating. However, it was in about 2012 when I ate an egg roll that I stole from my wife. And what happened was, at right around 9, 10 o'clock that evening, I could not go to sleep. I said, honey, we're going to the emergency room. Now, when the man tells you that take him to the emergency room, he's really sick. Long story short, I got into the emergency room. The emergency room doctor said, it's your gallbladder. All this time going back and forth with my primary care physician, my ER doctor says, look, it's your gallbladder. He had a different perspective. My primary care physician, he knew he was familiar with me. But my ER doctor, he had another perspective. So that's what I want to do for you today. I just want to give you a better perspective or a new insight, a different perspective on your money. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and get started. Understanding money. I have several objectives. Number one, we want to examine your current financial health. We want to uncover your financial cancers. Number three, and we don't want to discover some financial cures. And finally, we want to empower you to take control of your money once and for all. Now, when you ever go to a doctor's office, they run tests, they do blood work. Usually it comes back as numbers. Well, in order to really get a hold of your financial situation, you got to know your numbers. When are you going to retire? How much money are you saving? The less clear you are on those numbers, the less financially healthy you'll be. No. Now, how do you feel financially speaking? How do you feel financially speaking? Just like a doctor, you come into my office, I would listen to you as you ask these questions and answer these questions. Number one, is your net worth growing? Okay. Don't know what a net worth is? I definitely need to talk to you. Okay. Number two, how are your ratios? Is your debt to income ratios on target? What to look for? Okay. How is your spending? Next, are you spending more than you earn? Are you adequately insured? If something were to happen to you right now, would your family be taken care of without a doubt? Next, do you have an estate plan in place? We've learned it's an awesome teachable moment for finances right now because Prince died without a will. His estate was worth over $300+ million. He had sisters that he was never even in contact with, half brothers. According to Michigan law, everybody's entitled to a piece. So, do you have an estate plan in place? Is it updated? You had children, do you need to update it? When it comes bill time, are you happy? Can you answer these questions? Next, what is financial health? Financial health is having a balanced relationship with money by controlling it with the proper mechanisms. Okay? With the proper mechanisms. Now, keywords, balanced relationship. We're going to be talking about a net worth. Net worth simply means that assets on one side, then you have liabilities on the next side. It simply means that if your liabilities are more than your assets, your balance sheet looks like this. Okay? So my job is to help you to increase your assets and decrease your liabilities. And I'm going to give you some strategies on how to do that. Now, if you could turn your attention to the board, simply put, let's take an average person that earns approximately $50,000 a year. Okay? Now, that's a kind of average, minimum, okay? That person is going to work about 35 years. Now, what's the total amount of money will that person have earned in that 35 years? Let's say he turns 65. I've already did the math. It's approximately $1.8 million. However, the person that retires after 35 can't write a check for $5,000 and it'd be good. Okay? So my job is to help you to harness some of this 1.8 million. Now, question, would 10% of this 1.8 million be good? Retiring on about $180,000? What about 5%? Okay? 5%, about $50,000. That's better than some people. But we have to help you to harness some of this 1.8 million because the more money you make is the more money that you'll need. Okay? So you got to harness some of this 1.8 million because it's going to come regardless if you like it or not. You need to do something or put some mechanisms in place in order for you to harness that money. Okay? Now, cancers to your financial health. Another story. In 2000, I graduated from college, from University of Louisiana at Lafayette. I was so excited. I got my first degree. So I'm on a job hunt. And what happened was my job hunt landed me all the way in Beaumont, Texas. So I didn't know anybody here. I just applied. I got the job. It was the last science teaching job in the district. I met with the HR person. I was so excited. When I saw I was going to be earning $31,000 a year. Man, I was rich. I was going to buy my mama a house, buy my mama a car. Man, I felt like I hit the lottery. And I got a $5,000 sign-on bonus for being a science educator. Man, I was ecstatic. I was given a folder with an explanation of my benefits. And that was it. Let me fast forward 7 years from that point. 7 years from that point, I read a book called The Automatic Millionaire, found out I could start saving for retirement. 2 years after that, I had over 5 figures in my retirement account just by saving 10% of my gross income. Now, I paid off all my debt and we were living debt free. What if the HR person would have cared enough for me back then to say, hey, look, this is what you need to do. You need to start saving right now. You can save in this. You can save in that. But that opportunity wasn't given to me. Here's my point. You have to take responsibility for your income, for your retirement, for your savings. There's going to be a chance, a probability that nobody is going to talk to you about money. There's not going to be any lifeboat that's going to help you and explain, because we get a taste of money and we just start spending. I don't need to teach you how to spend money. You know that, right? What I need you to do is to help you to harness the money that's already coming into your hands. Now, here's how we do that. We got to uncover some cancers. Do you have a spending plan in place? Because like I said, that 1.8 million, okay, some of you guys are married, some of you guys are doctors and lawyers. Why aren't you saving more than what you are? Okay. Now, got to have a spending plan. It's all about habits. Good habits are the key to good results. Now, in the 80s and 90s, it was all about a diet. Y'all remember that? When it was all about a diet. You watch what you eat and things like that. But now in the new millennium, what is it about? It's about lifestyle changes. It's about you changing your whole lifestyle. You just eat right as a lifestyle. You just don't stop eating red meat, or, you just don't stop eating this particular juice or drink and stuff like that. Now it's all about lifestyle. If you change your lifestyle, then you'll slim it down, okay? So here's some lifestyle things that you need to do, okay? 20% of what you do is what they call the Pareto principle. 20% of what you do attributes or gives you 80% of your output. So I'm going to show you some small things, small adjustments that you can make to your finances so you can change and start harnessing more money, okay? Number one, you need to automate your savings, okay? If you are on a consistent income, there is no excuse for you not to have an automatic savings account. Immediately go to your bank and start saving a percentage of your income, whether it's 2%, whether it's 3%, or 5%. Please go and automate your savings. Systematize it, okay? Budgets do not work. However, a spending plan does. So number one, choose how much you're going to spend, how much you're going to save, things like that, and then automate them, okay, before the week comes or life happens. So you don't be set wondering. Another thing that I want to get you working with is don't spend the principal. Don't spend the principal. So what do I mean by that? Let me give you this illustration. I've been having this $100 bill, okay, for 8 years. People think I'm rich when I pull out a wad of money, stuff like that. No, it's the same $100 from long time ago. No. I said, I'm not going to be broke. I'm going to keep some money in my pocket. And regardless of what happens, I'm not going to spend it. Guess what happened? In 2007, 2008, when I started doing this $100 we went from a 5-figure net worth, $40,000 or so, to right at about $200,000 as of today. What am I talking about? What's my point? I've got what they call the law of attraction working for you. Money is a force. And the more money that you have, the more forces that you have working for you, the more you can attract. So you got to start keeping some of that money that's coming through your hands. Okay? So don't spend the principal, okay, regardless of what you do. Now, you need several types of savings account, okay? You need 3 accounts at least. You need your retirement account. Sooner or later, you want to stop working. Retirement is something that you want to do one time. It could be happy or you can be sad about your retirement. You choose. Next, you need an emergency fund. Why? Because life happens. I know for one thing, just in my 39 years of working, life happens. And you need some emergency money just to set aside in order for you to manage those situations. And finally, you need a fun account because we all like to have fun, okay? I don't want you to, be in this mindset that you got to save everything. No, that was me long time ago. No. Now, I reward, every time I pay something off, every time I achieve a goal, I reward myself. So you got to have that fun account, have vacations, so your family can have some fun, okay? Next. Another cancer to your money is debt. We've all been there. However, you need to take control of your debt, okay? Now, how you got in debt? Real simple, living above your means. As a realtor, when I was a realtor 7 years ago, I saw it all the time. We set a budget while we're in the office of how much we're going to spend for a house. Let's say we set a budget for $500. Then we get out in the field and we start riding around in the car and we say, oh, look at that house, look at that house. So that budget went from $500 a month for a house that we budgeted, and then it goes to $1,200, okay? So that's when we're living beyond our means, okay? Next, that I deserve it mentality. Oh, I work for it. I work 40 hours a week, so I'm going to get this purse. I'm going to get this car. I'm going to drive what I want to drive because why? I deserve it, okay? Next, you're unprepared for an emergency. Again, life happens. You know, hospital bills, medical bills. People are swamped by healthcare issues. So life happens. If you're not adequately supplied or prepared for an emergency, it can wipe you out. Next, not managing money properly. Immediately getting your check and going, make it rain, how we say. Co-signing. Never co-sign unless you want to pay the whole thing. That's an easy way to get in debt, okay? So many people have learned their lessons from that. Get rich quick. Now, the lottery is a tax on poor people, if you didn't know that. So continue to pay your taxes if you want to continue being poor. Avoid the lottery. Avoid the casinos, okay? Next, college. College betters yourself. Everybody wants to better themselves. However, we let college turn into a debt trap. In order for you to how can I say, manage your college debt, you have to, number one, figure out the programs that are available to possibly even get your debt eliminated or wiped out. I had over $17,000 forgiven because I taught science for 5 years. And you need to find different programs that's out there that can help you to eliminate your college debt. Okay? Now, let's finally go into some cures. This is the part where I'm really excited about for your financial health. Number one, okay, let me tell you about my story about my first renter. I've always had a dream to go into real estate. I've always had this passion to have an exceptional income or a side income or a different stream of income. I never wanted to be controlled by my job. I've always wanted to have a passive income to where if I wanted to walk off the job, I could. I had savings. I had another option. So right around 07, 08, I finally got certified fully, and I went back into the classroom, and we had two incomes. We were comfortable, okay? So I was studying real estate. It was my time to get into the rental business. So I said, honey, we're gonna move out of this house and we're gonna rent it out. I remember my first renter, just like it was day, okay? Cowboy looking gentleman, real young man. He was approximately 22 years old. He agreed to pay $1,000 a month. So I got my $1,000 deposit and I got my $1,000 for the first month of rent. $2,000, I'm rolling, I'm successful. I'm in real estate. I'm a landlord. 3 months later, he broke his lease. He was dodging me. I couldn't find him. Wouldn't return my phone calls. I was some upset. I thought I made a mistake. Lo and behold, he moved out. He took all his things. My house was still in good shape. I was devastated. I talked to my mentor, and he said, go and try it again. About a month and a half later, I interviewed with another young lady. I raised the rent from $1,000 to $1,200. Now, I had $2,400 in my pocket. So, long story short, if you want to, how can I say, cure your financial situation, you got to take a chance. You got to be willing to step out the boat. You got to be willing to do something different, because if I would have quit, I wouldn't have gotten my next renter. She actually helped me to pay off that house. So that could happen to you, but you got to take a chance. You got to step out the boat. And that's what we're going to talk about, investing in paper assets and real estate. Next, how to get out of debt. It starts with your mind. How to get out of debt, how to be financially successful, how to be financially free. It starts with your mind. All of my wealthy clients, the clients that are really successful, I talk to them, and they have a wealthy mind. While other people are driving fancy cars and vehicles, they have this mindset: I'm gonna be regular, I'm gonna be average, I'm gonna look average. However, I'm gonna keep some money, I'm gonna save some money. I'm gonna be secure in my financial future, because this world bombards you with spending. So you gotta have this mindset that you're gonna save and that you're gonna be rich and financially free. You're gonna be financially healthy. Next, gotta have a debt snowball. A debt snowball is a strategy that helps you to eliminate debt faster. You gotta deal with your debt, okay? And simply mean a debt snowball is that you're gonna give the minimum payment to everybody except one. Everybody else is going to receive the minimum payment, and you're going to stack everything you can. You're going to put everything you can on one bill, and you're going to tackle that bill until it's eliminated. Then you go to the next one, and then you go to the next one, and then finally you're debt free. That's exactly what I did. You need a debt snowball. Okay? Next, you need to be content and stop comparing. Once you buy a new car, guess what? They've already made the upgraded model. So you got to stop comparing yourself. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses, because if you try to keep up with the Joneses, you're going to find out they're probably one paycheck away from bankruptcy. Okay? So stop comparing and be content with what you have. Okay? Next, you got to arm yourself with financial literacy. You got to read and read books. You got to talk with friends. You got to talk with people who are financially successful in order to be financially free. That's how I read and read and read in order for me to learn and understand what I needed to do. Okay? And guess what? Financial literacy, a lot of it is free. Okay? This young man that just walked in, I admire him because during his breaks, he is studying financial literacy. So when I meet with him on his annual review on different times, we're just talking finances. Hey, what you think about that? What you think about gold? What you think about giving me ideas? So iron sharpens iron. So we can help each other financially if we just read, take some time. It's all there. If one person is successful financially, I know I can be financially successful. We just need to apply it and learn and study and help each other, okay? Then finally, you got to market your skills, talents, and your expertise. I was terrified walking out of the classroom about 3 years ago to start a business. I didn't know how to sell. I didn't sell really before. I didn't sell insurance before. I hadn't sold anything before. So when I went back to the classroom to help educators with their money, I was so afraid. However, in less than a year, I had over 100 clients. Fast forward 3 years later, I have almost 250 clients. So if you start to learn how to market your skills, I didn't realize that I could sell. But I got confident, I studied books, I read, and I learned how to sell. So what skills can you do that you can market right now? I'm an expert in real estate. I'm an expert in education. What I'm going to do and teach you to do is to go ahead and package those things up and market them, okay? Because you have superpowers. I'm going to get into that. Now, before you invest, the first thing you got to do, you got to have at least 6 months. You have to have 6 months emergency fund first, okay? What's your emergency fund? Some car breaks down, you have that money, okay? You know, I know, you know what's that number in your head, okay? If let's say the market crashes, okay, and you have your money or your real estate, you don't have a renter in that property. Well, you have an emergency fund already set up that you don't have to go into your retirement for. You don't have to beg anybody. Your business doesn't break down. So that's going to help you to eliminate some fears to investing if you have some security through that emergency fund, okay? So always have 6 months, some people say 8 months, in a rough economy you need to have in order to invest, okay? You got to establish a goal, okay? Why are you investing? Why are you investing? Is it for retirement? Is it for college? Is it for investments? Why are you investing? Or you want to pay off, want to supplement your income? You got to have a goal. You got to have a dream. You got to have a vision. Now, let me explain the difference between investing and saving. Real simple, okay? Okay? Saving money is for, let's say, your emergency. Okay? After you have 6 months, that's basically all you need to keep in a savings account. If you go to any bank, anybody want to guess how much interest you're earning at a bank? Anybody want to guess? How much? Very little. Okay, that's an excellent guess. Okay. I talked to a lady. She had approximately like $40,000 in a savings account in a bank, and that's all she was earning, maybe 0.01 on that money. Okay. Now, if I wanted to, okay, save $1 million, it would take me a lot of time. The reason why I invest, okay, is to do what? I need to keep up with inflation. I ask my dad, maybe during holidays and Christmas time, what's the cheapest you've seen a loaf of bread? And he would say sometime like 25 cents, something like that. Anybody in here right now want to guess how much a loaf of bread costs right now? About $3. About $3. Okay? So inflation is the cost, the increasing cost of money, of things rising. Okay? So in order to keep up with inflation, your money needs to be making at least 3% minimum. Okay? So anything after that emergency money, it needs to be invested. Okay? There's a difference between investing and saving. Y'all are excellent class. You also need to put what they call the law of compound interest on your side. That simply means that your money is making money, okay? Your money compounds, okay? If you, let's say, go to get a credit card. Credit card, the interest on that credit card is about 15, maybe 12%. And it compounds, okay? So you're just not paying the principal, you're paying the interest on the principal. So you need to put that compound interest on your side, okay? Next, you need to know what life cycle stage that you're in. There's only 3 phases of your life that you go through financially. Number 1 is the accumulation stage. Accumulation. 2, acceleration. And then finally, the preservation. Okay? Accumulation stage simply means that you're gathering assets. Probably when you're younger, starting a family, that's the point where you're gathering assets, okay? Acceleration is when you have those assets, maybe kids out of college, things like that. That's the point where you need to really start maximizing and really focus on growing your money, okay? And then finally, by retirement age, that's when you start leveling off. That's when you want to preserve your money. So you go from the real aggressive money to the real, how can I say, safe money, okay? So there's only you got to figure out what stage that you're in, all right? Now, you got to determine what risk tolerance you are. Now, for me, and this is what I do to kind of assess where people are as far as their risk tolerances are. How fast do you drive on the highway? You know, let's say if the sign says 70 miles an hour. How fast do you go, Coach? You see, everybody laughs when I say it. How fast do you go? You talk to me. Be real.
Go maybe 80.
Okay. You know what? He says he goes 80. Well, what that tells me, his risk tolerance is aggressive because I'm the same way. He's going 80. I'm probably going 90. I'll be honest with you. Reason being because I'm aggressive. No, definitely, if my family not with me, I'm moving it. I'm moving it because I want to get there. But that gives me the psychology of where you are. If you tell me speed limit's 70 and you going probably 60 or 50, I know you need to be in something really safe. Okay, I back it off. That's how you assess your risk tolerance. Okay, so you're definitely an aggressive person. Okay, insurance plan and what's right for you. There's only two types of policies. Okay, there's permanent and there's term. Term is just really it's like renting a house. It's only for a certain period of time. Okay? So you can buy a 10-year term, 20-year term, a 30-year term. It's only for a certain period of time. A permanent policy, sometimes called a whole life policy, that lasts for the rest of your life. You pay it until maturity. Okay? Those permanent policies, they build up what they call cash value. You can also put that as an asset on your balance sheet, okay? Now, in my opinion, young person like I was, starting off a family, all you need is term insurance, okay? It's the cheapest, it's the most efficient for what you're trying to do, okay? Now, a permanent policy, you can use it as an asset. You don't necessarily need it now, okay? What I use is kind of a combination of both in order for me to have protection and start saving for retirement as well, because you can take that out tax-free as a retirement vehicle. And let's say, for example, if you're starting like a 403B or a Roth IRA, things like that, what happens is they give you stipulations on when you can take that money out, how much you can take out. With insurance, there's no stipulations, okay? So it's a kind of advantage in a way that you can use insurance to fund your retirement and actually build up an asset for you, okay? But everybody needs insurance. Now, let's talk about paper assets. Paper assets are liquid assets. Same thing. You can do it yourself. We're talking about the stock market. You can do it yourself. You don't have to necessarily go to an Edward Jones. There's so many online brokerage accounts like Scottrade, Fidelity, things like that. You can do it yourself, okay? What company to invest in? What company to invest in? Look at your checkbook. I had no idea who Netflix was 2 years ago. I had no idea what they were. But we have Netflix now. We have no cable. We have gone cable free, no satellite or anything because of Netflix. Netflix streams live videos, on demand, TV shows, movies, which I love. It's all free. It's not free. It's all like $20 a month, maybe $7 a month. Yes. I love that. You call the company, the customer service, they're always friendly to get you taken care of immediately. I'm going to invest in Netflix. Why? Because I understand. I understand. Never invest in something you don't understand. I got a stock tip from this company, they're going to cure AIDS. I don't understand that. I don't understand medicine. I don't even like pharmaceuticals. Invest in something that you understand. Look at your checkbook. Under Armour, okay? Look at what the kids are wearing. Good secret. Look at what the kids are wearing, what they're doing, what they're into, and that's how you can find, how can I say, what to invest in. Okay. Because the kids, really, they rule the market. Cell phones, everybody have a cell phone. Why are we not having stock in Verizon, in AT&T, T-Mobile, Apple, okay? So look at your checkbook to find companies where your money is already going, okay? Buy small at first. Start with 1 share here, 2 shares here, 3. You don't have to buy this, if a stock costs $50, buy 1 share of it. If that thing goes up to $57, you've profited, okay? Set guards. That's what you call stop losses. You can call the company or really set it and say, hey, look, if the stock goes under $49, I want a stop loss. So it'll stop, and it'll how can I say, minimize my losses. Okay, so there are guards. Right, right, right. Analyze the company's fundamental strength. If let's say Under Armour has a lot of cash, if you understand a balance sheet, a net worth sheet, you can understand a company. It's all on Yahoo Finance. It's if you understand your personal balance sheet, and I'm gonna give you one. If you understand your personal balance sheet, you can analyze any company. Okay? You can analyze any company. Okay? But you got to understand yours first. Next. What is diversification? Diversification simply means not having all your eggs in one basket. So, that simply means is I'm going to invest some in technology. I'm going to invest some in pharmaceuticals. I'm going to invest some in transportation. So I'm not going to have, if one industry is tanking, guess what? One industry may be soaring. Okay? That's what diversification is. It's very simple. Okay? Next. I love this. Don't invest in anything you don't understand. Thought I had some money and it's gone. That's what happens if you invest in something you don't understand. Warren Buffett, most successful investor in history. He never invests in anything he doesn't understand. Okay? Your portfolio. Portfolio is just simply your mix of investments. Okay? You got to have some of your money in cash, like we said, for emergency fund, bonds. If you have an annuity, insurance, things like that, that's what bonds are. Very, 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 how can I say, no risk or low risk investment. Then you have stocks. Stocks is next on the spectrum. Let's say, for example, we have about 4 people in here. We have some money to invest, so we get together and we start what they call a mutual fund. We have all this money, okay, but we want to invest it. So we're going to hire somebody, a stock guru, to manage the money. So it's a portfolio manager. So that's what a mutual fund is. It's just a group of stocks or a group of investors that will invest their money, okay? Next, you can invest in real estate by doing REITs. REITs is simply put a real estate investment trust. That is investing in real estate with different investors, okay? Then you have natural resources. Natural resources are commodities. I want you to be well-versed when you start talking about natural resources. You have like the pork bellies, you have orange juice. Those are what you call commodities brokers, okay? That's natural resources. And you can invest in those things. Then you have the tangibles. That's like silver and gold. A lot of people think they can have, how can I say, a safeguard if the economy tanks and they have all their money in gold. You can do that, okay? Those are called tangibles. Here's one of mine that I really like is real estate. Why I like real estate? You control the terms. I increase my rents every year, okay? I cannot do that with the stock because I cannot control it. Real estate, you control the terms, okay? You can do owner finances. Owner finances says, I'm going to be the bank. I'm going to charge you for the next 15 years at 8%, $800 a month interest, something like that. You can do that. You control the terms. Next, real estate appreciates in value. The difference between an asset and a liability, liabilities, they decrease in value, while assets, they increase in value. I want you to be conscious of how you spend your money and always be asset-minded, something that's going to put money on the asset column. You can do that unconsciously, okay? Just think about what you spend on a daily basis. Real estate is unlimited. I can will the rental income that I'm receiving right now to my son, okay? Because it's a passive, steady stream, okay? It's unlimited. He can be receiving that to his grandkids, okay? You can pass that on. Demand never diminishes. Somebody always gonna have to need a place to stay, period, okay? That's why I like it. There's a difference between passive income and active income. Active income, I have to be there in order for me to get paid. Right now, me doing this seminar, I'm getting paid rental income because at the first of the month, I know my renters have to pay up, okay? So if you focus your income and your time and your efforts to that passive income stream, eventually your passive income is going to supersede your active income. That's exactly what I did. While I was in the classroom, I was teaching full-time. I remember I had 4 jobs in one day. I was full-time teaching. I showed a couple of houses. I was a landlord. I picked up some rent. And I refereed a basketball game all in the same day. But I was focusing it on my passive income. My passive income now superseded my active income. And that's how I was able to walk out of the classroom. It supplements your income. Everybody needs a supplemental income, okay? It's just something extra. Now, let's go just a little bit into real estate, a little bit more in depth. Let's say, for example, I buy a house, that's worth $55,000, but it's a foreclosure, okay? This foreclosure, they're gonna sell it to me for, let's say, $18,000, all right? Again, it's worth $55,000. What I'm gonna do what they call a cash out refinance. I'm going to get a line of credit, what have you, from the bank. Maybe I have $18,000 in savings, stuff like that. I'm going to use that $18,000 to get this house. I'm going to do what they call a cash out refinance. Cash out refinance simply means that the bank is going to give me $40,000. Because this house is worth 55, they're going to give me about 80% of this 55. I'm going to in turn, okay, let's say if I have a loan on this house, okay, I'm going to in turn pay my $18,000, paying that off. And guess what I have in the bank? I have about 22K that came from the equity in this house. Do y'all follow me? Do I need to repeat that?
Yes, please.
Okay. House is worth $55,000. Okay. I bought it for how much? $18,000. I go to the bank, say, hey, look, I want to do a cash out refinance. They're going to give me 80% of this 55, which is about $40,000. They're going to put $40,000 cash in my hand. Okay? So I'm going to pay off my loan, and I got about $22,000 for me. Okay? Now I owe the bank $40,000. However, guess what I'm going to do with this $20,000? I'm looking for another, what? Another foreclosed home. It's worth that's on the market for about $18,000. Okay, y'all get where I'm going with this? Okay, so this cash out refinance is allowing me to accumulate real estate real fast. Okay, do I need to have 10 houses? Do I need to have 20 houses? No. I have several properties. Stop. Now, let's look at the future. When he's 18 years old, my son Noah, he's 9 years old right now. This house still worth $55,000. Guess what I'm gonna do when he's around 16 by college age? I'm gonna sell one of these houses for $55,000. That's gonna go toward his tuition.
Wow.
Do you see the power of real estate? Okay, you can sell it to pay for college, and you can downsize if necessary. I can always kick one of my tenants out. Harsh. I'm real harsh. I'm just mean. But kick one of my tenants out. If I need to go back in one of these houses, I can always go back. Okay? Because my tenant's paying off the note. They're paying. I'm getting $800 a month, let's say, in rent. My note is $400. Okay? I can get that. I'm going to get a 15-year note. So in 15 years, I know it's going to be paid off. Okay? So I'm getting a profit right here. That's my supplemental income. Okay? So I'm getting all of these benefits just because of real estate. Okay? Now, any questions, or you want me to go any further? That's just the cash out refinance. Okay, that's nothing. That's not even, we counting flipping a home. You can flip this home as well. You bought it for 18, it's worth 55. Fix it up, put maybe 2,000 or 3,000, and flip it for the 55. You can do that as well. Next, how to own real estate real quickly. You can move out your current home and rent it out. Real simple way. Easier said than done. I would not do it with a real nice $250,000 house. Don't do that. Move out your current home, rent it out if you want to get into the real estate business real quick. Next, select a neighborhood that you're comfortable with. That's the thing that discourages people, is that they select a home and they're not comfortable in that neighborhood, and they can't get a renter in that house because they're not comfortable and nobody else going to be comfortable.
Right. So
select a neighborhood that you would live in. Select houses that you would live in. Okay? Become an expert in rent and property values. With sites like Zillow, man, it's so easy to be an expert in the market. Okay? Zillow is a really good site. They'll tell you the rent in that neighborhood. They'll tell you even the market value of that house. You can do that. Buy distressed houses. As a realtor, I learned that my investors, they were making a whole lot more money than me, but I learned from what they were doing. They were not buying these real nice houses for sale. I thought, to get in real estate, you had to buy a real nice house. No, they were buying $5,000 houses in rough neighborhoods. I have a mentor right now. He has 32 units, 2 apartment complexes, but they were all distressed properties. He waited for the best deals. Okay? Okay. Next. In real estate, you're going to need 2 things, cash or credit. But in real estate, cash is king. Okay? Cash is king, because you can get a house that's on the market maybe 20, 30% less. Okay? So always will and deal with cash. Fix it. Okay? Fix it up to your standards. Fix it up to where you would live in it. Next, use a property manager. I just recently started using a property manager. I had this man, my tenants would always call me on Sunday morning, right before I'm going to church. I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. I really don't want to deal with that. But a property manager has really just started to increase my profits, because I'm no longer dealing with the headaches of the different issues in the house, but they taking care of it, the properties for me. Okay? Just repeat the process over and over. Okay? It's real simple. Next. Wow, I'm almost done. What everyone needs right now, paycheck tax analysis. Here's how your dollars work. People always want to understand, where their money is going. Okay, this is how dollars work. Okay, take your dollar. Uncle Sam gets how much? Anybody know?
About 21%.
Excellent. 21 cents off of the dollar. Okay, so what's that? He leaves you with about 79 cents. Okay. Let's say you want a loan. Okay, when you go to a bank, how much they charge you for interest? Let's take the middle, 7 cents. So this is what you're starting out with. Every time you spend $1, or every time you get paid, you're not getting that dollar. You're getting 72 cents.
Yeah.
And people wonder why they're struggling, because taxes is eating up their money. Okay, so you got to definitely maximize your dollars. That's why you need a tax analysis. A lot of people on their paychecks, they may be claiming the wrong thing. For example, you're single. No, you're married and you're claiming single. That simply means that you're giving Uncle Sam more than he needs to be getting, okay? Because that affects your tax bracket, how you claim. Married people, he'll give you a tax break. Single people are getting taxed at the highest rate possible.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So they need a deduction like a 403B. They need a business in order to reduce those taxes, because Uncle Sam is eating them alive, okay? Next, if you're serious about you getting close to retirement, you need a retirement income analysis. What I can do for you is actually tell you exactly when you're going to redline. What I mean by that, when you go to the hospital, you know, when the lines go flat, what does that mean? You dead, okay? Well, in retirement, a red line means that your money is going to run out. I can take all of your assets and your savings, all your retirement income, and I can actually tell you exactly when your money is going to run out, okay? That's what you call a retirement income analysis. I can do that for you. If you're an educator, you need a TRS analysis, what you can expect from TRS, okay? And you also need a Social Security analysis, what you can expect from Social Security if you're going to receive any, okay? What I'm offering is a money coaching program, okay? Now, as an educator, it was so hard for me to ask for money. But now I'm going to ask for your money because I know I can help you. I can coach you. I can get your finances in order. What is it going to take? Real simple. You need a debt snowball. You need 10, if you want to start saving with me, it's not going to be a charge at all. But you definitely need to get a debt snowball. Debt snowball simply means is if you have some debt, I'll help you to organize your debt and help you to pay it off faster. I'll help you create your estate planning, get you some folders, get your paperwork in order so you can start being financially healthy. If you would like me to help you with real estate, 197, one time, I'm an expert with real estate. I believe I can help you. Held a real estate license for 7 years. I know I can help you, okay? We need to participate in a debt-free club, okay? We need to talk openly about it. And we need to wipe out this debt so we can be free, you know? If you have debt and if it's a problem for you, I'm starting a debt-free club to where we eliminate our debts together, okay? Finally, we need to start an investment club. You need to start an investment club. You need to learn from one another. Hey, look, you invested in this, you learn this stock, you like technology. Let's put a portfolio together, okay? So we can grow together. I'm Money Marcus. Thank you for spending this time with me. I am the wealth illuminator. I'll help you to break your finances down and really make it clear to you. Thank you so much for your time.